Anushree, tell us about the job search and hiring process for engineers here in America.
The job search process pretty much varies a lot based on the position and also the different companies. Several companies have written tests if it is more of a firmware kind of a role in electrical engineering. And they also have different coding aspects involved if it is more for a role that demands some programming knowledge or modeling and simulation skills. If you're fresh out of university, I feel a lot of it is focused on what is written on the resume and all the previous projects, how exactly we added value into it. These are super critical. If it's more of an advanced role, I believe it involves the previous experiences and definitely how we have managed teams, how we have contributed, what are the kind of results that we have been able to achieve in our previous jobs and things like that. The first best step, I think, is to keep the resume up to date, keep the LinkedIn profile in par with resume, ensure that there are no gaps in between those, and also to ensure that everything is updated as you would like to present it. I have seen multiple scenarios where they are off sync, and I think that kind of gives a pretty bad impression about how we can carry ourselves. Also, the focus from duties or actual responsibilities to what we have been able to achieve in terms of numbers brings a lot of value addition to the profile in general. And as a recruiter now, I would also look at specific aspects in terms of the soft skills that we were able to achieve in the process. Those are pretty much transferable and irrespective of the job and area of focus. So I'd really like to have an all-rounded profile in order to
Mhm.
ensure that there are different aspects, all of which are given equal importance at times. Preparing technically, preparing for different questions based on the resume, and then going going about with understanding what the company's mission is and what exactly is the value that we can bring to the table. This could also be useful in terms of having LinkedIn connections, having what knowing what the company is posting and working on currently, doing a little more research related to the people who are working in similar positions, interacting with them to understand the company culture. All of these can help us become better prepared for the interviews and also to be able to present ourselves in a way that is authentic and unique while also ensuring that we are a good fit and we can add value to the position.
That's great. Now, Anushree, you've got a background with master's and PhD. And so talk to us a little bit in terms of a career with industry versus academia for engineering.
That's a question that I get asked a lot in terms of industry versus academia. The way I look at it is industry is an opportunity where we can see the things that we work on come into fruition and go into the society. We can see the application of engineering in terms of technology, be it research and development.
Mhm.
There's mostly a product focus. It has more stringent deadlines. There's more stringent focuses in terms of what we are trying to work on. And a lot of times it is cutting edge, depending on the area we are in and also the way we are contributing. In terms of academia, it gives a lot more area and breadth if you want to try out different things. There are aspects of designing courses. As a person who's passionate about teaching, I really enjoy understanding and inculcating different values and also spreading those. But it need not be in a complete academic position, is the way I look at it. For me, industry is something that I've always wanted to contribute in, mostly because of the research and development, the pace at which it grows, and also the ability to be able to involve myself in a product that goes into the community. I see the consumers, I see the users using my product, using the work that I have put in. And I have that satisfaction mostly because the areas that we are trying to address are mostly sustainability and climate tech. Those are very urgent needs. And I'd really like to see a lot of development and progress towards combating climate changes. I was trying to focus more on the industry side of things. But in terms of the academia, my approach and understanding is more towards having a very good profile in terms of papers, presentations, and also having a very good understanding of the topic in terms of subject matter experience. Even though industry equally values all of these aspects, I think it's a lot more important if we are looking at academic jobs to pursue and have better writing skills, communication skills, and analytical skills.
Hey friends, welcome to Chine Coaching. I'm Rob. At Chine Coaching, we're all about helping you guys find success in your cross-cultural journeys. And today we're talking about jobs, specifically engineering. And so Anushree is talking about her career. She's got a really neat background in engineering, doing kind of sustainable and renewable energy, and coming from a background from master's and PhD as well. So Anushree, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anushree Ramanath. I'm currently working as a staff modeling engineer with Form Energy. That's a startup that's focusing on multi-day storage batteries that helps in combating climate change and also helping use higher amount of renewable energy resources with the grid. Prior to this, I was doing my PhD from University of Minnesota, focusing on power and controls and also looking at residential renewable energy markets. I have several internships and co-ops, all of it pretty much focused on sustainability. And I feel that that's the area that I want to contribute a lot to.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to learn more about your journey, especially being an international student woman doing engineering here in America. So now tell us a little bit more about the job scope for this industry of renewable and sustainable energy.
The renewable and sustainable energy is booming more than ever before, mostly because a lot of people have been able to understand the adverse effects of climate change and how it's important to be able to reduce our carbon footprint in any way possible. All of this just lines up to a place where we need to use more of our renewable energy resources, which is solar, wind, and the like, and hopefully less of the items that we cannot renew in the near
Hmm.
future. It could be specifically mostly catering to how renewable energy works and also trying to have good amount of storage to be able to store the renewable energy because it is less reliable otherwise. Giving the wide array of different aspects that's involved in this sector, the energy industry demands people from all walks of life. It could be engineering and all the other areas, be it management, finance, sales, everything. Basically, we need to have an industry that is closely knit and it welcomes everyone from different aspects and areas of expertise. Specifically with engineering, I feel there is equal demand for electrical engineers who can contribute to hands-on hardware, controls aspects, firmware aspects. Of course, the software engineers who have the niche of programming and code development, people from chemical industry, mostly to understand the electrochemistry behind some of these materials, material engineers, mechanical engineers for design and implementation, industrial, IT, and so on. Pretty much all engineering roles. I think there is good amount of demand in this sector.
That's great to hear. Now tell us, what's it like being a woman in an engineering field here in America? What's kind of the day-to-day like? What's the work culture like?
The work culture might be something that's pretty intriguing for people who are coming from different countries. There are different countries which have some amount of gender disparity and diversity in terms of uh, how we are being represented. But I feel in the US there is a pretty drastic gap that we still have to fill. A lot of people talk about lack of role models. I think that also stems from the fact that we don't have a lot of people coming in the initial stages and a lot of people who are entering the workforce even after their engineering. The problem is not just about having kids interested in STEM or having people do their engineering degrees. It's also important to be able to own the place and mention how we have tread there so that we serve as role models to people who want to come in the future.
Hmm.
Given that there are fewer role models, be it in leadership or otherwise, I think it's a lot more motivation and also a lot more leaning towards networking inside and outside the industry to understand how things are moving in different industries, what are the different skills that we need to adapt ourselves to, and also giving back to the community, be it involving in K-12 education volunteering, or be it at summer schools. It's very important to understand how we can help reduce this gender gap. It could also be in terms of addressing items like involving ourselves in diversity and inclusion related discussions, be it in our company or be it in our area of expertise, helping get diverse talent pool in. That would be the very first step in order to be able to recruit people of different areas and different backgrounds. It's very interesting to understand that how diverse workforce can contribute a lot more in terms of not just the technical deliverables, but also keeping the company culture and spirits high. Being a woman in engineering, I felt that coming from India to United States, I felt that there was a lot of a disparity in the number of people who are working in this field of engineering. I was the only woman engineer in my lab, and the same continued in a couple of internships as well. But I think eventually things have been looking a lot more brighter. I've been part of workplaces that are a lot more diverse than what I saw initially. And I believe that being part of this whole community, it is very important to self motivate and also self care while we are helping the community and also ensure that we serve as role models for people to come.
My friends, if you're learning a lot in this video like me, give a big like and thumbs up to say thanks to Anushree, talking about her career experience in the engineering job scope here in America. And our chai question for you is, what engineering industry interests you? What kind of engineering are you considering here in America? Go ahead and tell us in the comments which type of engineering field, career, job role are you considering? Let us know in the comments. Would love to see. Again, Anushree is talking about more the renewable and sustainable energy industry, even though she's got kind of an electrical background. Lastly, let's talk about jobs. So what are some job search tips that you would give for engineers who are job seekers here in America, Anushree?
I definitely focus on the areas of interest. Each individual has a couple of skills and has an idea about what their specific phase and career should look like. Taking into consideration all of these, I would ensure that there are specific positions that we shortlist in terms of the companies that we would like to work with. And also in terms of the industry related job search, I would focus on understanding what the value that we bring to the table and the mission of the company is and how well it aligns with our culture, interests, and fits. I would also ensure that we portray the passion that we have for the field, along with bringing in the technical skills that is required to work efficiently in the job. For the specific job search tips, definitely three things. First thing is networking. Second thing is, if I told any less, I think having a very good updated LinkedIn profile and networking to ensure that everyone in the community understands what we are bringing to the table and what are the different aspects that we would be able to focus and deliver on. And the third and most important aspect again is networking at different forum, ensuring that we talk to people in conferences, we talk to people inside our industry and out of our industry to understand the different trends, different significant aspects that are going on, and also to be able to portray all of these in our profile. Having a profile that sums up specifics of the projects that we have worked on shows a clear direction in terms of what's the path we want to tread and also gives a very good intention behind how we want to pursue our specific career path here in the US. Having a good understanding of this and being able to portray all of this effectively, having good communication and presentation skills, being able to show that we can deliver results in terms of numbers based on our prior experience or based on current projects, having good references who can talk to your abilities and ensure that we have a successful career in here. All of these put together, I think, would help in the job search process immensely.
Yeah, networking, networking, networking. No matter what your degree is, what industry you're looking into, networking is going to help you in your job search and your career. Totally agree. My friends, we've also made another awesome video with Anushree talking about more of her study abroad journey, starting with a master's and then doing PhD as a woman in engineering. So check that out. We've got the link for that if you want to learn more about kind of the studies aspect of being an engineer or doing a PhD, especially being a woman international student. Really cool story to check out. Anushree, thank you so much. Learned a lot. Really exciting to hear what's going on in that type of engineering community and career that you're doing. And I know a lot of people are going to be inspired from your story.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. And my friends, be sure to connect with us online, like on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to our Chai and Coaching e-newsletter. And we love having you be part of this community, learning, sharing, giving back together. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time at Chai and Coaching. Cheers.